What's up? I haven't made a video in a while, but I wanted to make a video talking about protesting and why it's just a pointless thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no good reason to spend your time protesting. And I think, you know, some stuff happened in Minneapolis over the last few weeks that, I think is awful. I think these people got killed for no reason. And I'm not trying to I'll get into all that. What I'm trying to get into is even if they weren't killed, it was just absolutely pointless to even be out there protesting because it does absolutely nothing. As an American, you should be able to go out and protest. No question about it. I support all these people as far as their right to go out and protest. I say, go for it for sure. It's your right. What I'm saying is it's just an absolute waste of time. If you think about all the protests that have happened over the last few years, like one is the protests against the war in Israel. And personally, I don't want to see the American government spending a dime on any of these foreign wars. I think it's an absolute waste of money spending money on Ukraine, spending money on Israel. It's not our business. We don't have anything to do with it. And it's a complete waste of money, of taxpayer money that should be going to Americans. It's Americans paying taxes. These tax dollars should be spent helping Americans, not going to people in foreign countries where we're not, in these countries don't even do anything for us. Ukraine, they do nothing for us. Israel does nothing for us. So I think it's ridiculous that we're spending all this money on, Ukraine and Israel. Regardless of the point of whatever reasons we have for it, do I think it's good that Russia invaded Ukraine? No, definitely not. But also, I don't want to see us wasting our money supporting them in these wars, And the Israel one, to me, is even more ridiculous. But the point of this is, is all these people going out protesting. There's people in college campuses, like the Israel one. There's all these people on college campuses protesting. And for what? What good has it done them? Absolutely nothing. No changes have been made in government whatsoever. We're still dumping all our money over there. And so no positives have come out of any protests against the Israel war. None. But there's been a ton of negatives. Like people have gotten in trouble at their college campuses. Well, I mean, not even getting in trouble. Let's just talk about wasting your time as a human being. Like you're going to go out and spend your afternoon at some protest, holding a sign, yelling and screaming. Nobody's listening. Nobody in the government is listening whatsoever. It is an absolute waste of time. It's going to make zero difference. You know what I mean? So, like with the Israel stuff, it's made no positive difference. We still keep sending all our money over there. And, as an American citizen, what can you do about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I think it's bullshit. But at the same time, you kind of have to cut your losses at some point. If you go out there and you think you're going to do something protesting, you're not. It's going to do absolutely nothing. And like I said, some people on those Israel things are like getting deported and just getting kicked out of school or whatever. And I feel bad for them. But also just, I just wish they would realize how dumb it is to even go out and protest. Now with the ICE stuff, ICE is rounding up all these illegal immigrants or, whether you think these people deserve to be here or not, it's sort of beside the point. The point is, if you go out and protest against ICE and all, it's just, it doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? The government isn't listening. The government doesn't make any changes based on any of these protests, and you're just completely wasting your time. You know, like I made a video about how it's pointless to vote, which it is. It's also pointless to protest. Now, I'm not saying it's not good that it's pointless. I wish you could go out there and hold up your signs and yell, and the government would listen. I think, believe me, that would be a better world for us if you get like a ton of people protesting something, and the government pays attention and says like, you know what? Maybe this is actually a problem, and we need to make some changes. That would be great. But the reality is that's not what's happening. And it's not gonna happen. You know, whoever's in government, number one, how much control do you have over who gets into government? Zero, because your vote's worthless. Two, how much influence do you have over them once they're in government? Zero. You got nothing going on, man. So it's like you're going to get out and protest ICE. You're going to get out and protest the war in Israel. This is like No Kings protests. Like my parents went to one of these No Kings protests against Trump. You know, hey, that's great. If that's what you want to do, be my guest. All I'm saying is it's going to do absolutely nothing. Nothing. Like all these No Kings protests. What changes have come out of that? Zero. All these ICE protests, what changes have come out of it? Zero. If anything, it's probably made the situation worse, to be honest, because Trump and whoever's running it probably sees that shit and they're like, oh, great, we're going to pile on, we're going to double down and make it even worse, you know? These people got murdered in Minnesota. This lady in her car, this Renee Good, this Pretty guy that, you know, basically just gets tackled to the ground and assassinated by ICE agents. Is that good? Of course not. It's awful. But what I'm saying is, even if this guy didn't get tackled and murdered by ICE agents, even if his day went fine, what would he have accomplished? Nothing. You know what I mean? It's just an absolute waste of time. You know, it's like these people are spending so much time worrying about things they can't control. You know, it's like it really just boils down to what can you control in your life and what can you not control in your life. One thing you cannot control in your life is the government. Government's gonna government. You know what I mean? Government's gonna do whatever it wants. There's nothing you can do about it, period. I wish it wasn't the case. I say it ain't so. You know what I mean? I wish this wasn't true, but it is true. You know? It's like kids nowadays worrying about like climate change. What are you worrying about climate change for? What are you going to do about it, man? Absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? It's just there's just a lot of people in the world right now that think that they have some control over what's happening in the world. You don't. You don't. You have no control, dude. So it's like, just stop worrying about it. Like, yeah, is it bad? Yeah, it's bad. Is it going to get better? Probably not. But at the same time, do you need to make it worse for yourself? I mean, it's like, you have ICE raiding these cities and rounding people up, gunning people down in the street. Like that's just a given. That's just gonna happen whether you like it or not. You have no control over that. So you can either have ICE rounding people up in the street, gunning people down, or you can have ICE rounding people up, gunning people down, and you can waste your whole afternoon. You know what I mean? Like, those are your two options. The only control you have is over you whether you waste your whole afternoon or not. You know, these people would be so much better spent. That time would be so much better spent if they just like took a nap, made themselves, cook themselves a nice dinner, go work out. You know what I mean? Are all these people exercising? Like, blow off some steam at the gym, man. You know what I mean? Or if you don't have a gym membership, go for a walk outside, go for a jog, do some push ups or something, man. Go to the grocery store, make yourself a nice dinner. Like, those things are going to be infinitely more productive than protesting because the government does not care at all. The government doesn't care. You have no control over what's going on. Just accept it. Just accept it. There's nothing you can do, dude. I wish it wasn't true. I wish it wasn't true. But I honestly hope somebody watches this and it helps you. Just helps you realize, you know what, dude? You're right. I can't do anything about any of this. I'm just going to stop worrying about it. You're just going to be a lot better off if you take that approach. Just instead of like stressing about it, posting online about it, watching news stories, getting all angry, getting angry at people that have the other view that you do. You're anti-Trump. Your parents or this other person's pro-Trump, and you're all getting mad about it. Or you are pro-Trump, and you're friends with someone that's like liberal, and you're mad at them, or you're mad at what they're posting. Just forget about it, dude. Just completely, just throw it out of your mind. It doesn't do anything. You have no control. You know what I mean? Just watch a good TV show. Spend time doing something else. Like I said, take a nap, man. Just get to sleep on time. Get a solid 8 hours of rest. Go work out. Spend some time with your family. Call your mom. Do something. Go out in the backyard and watch birds for an hour. Any of those things are going to be infinitely more productive than protesting. There is nothing less productive than protesting. That's the point of my video. If you've been watching my videos at all, thank you. I haven't been making that many, but I had to get on here and talk about this one because, it honestly breaks my heart to see these people thinking that they have any control, thinking that they're making a difference. You're not making a difference. You're making zero difference. And you never will, because that's the way the world is set up. It's like people get mad about it. People spend all their time thinking about it, thinking about what they can do, thinking about how they can make a difference. You can't make a difference. That's the right answer. You have no control. You can't make any kind of difference. So just forget about it, dude. And just hope it works out, Hope it works out. That's all you have is hope. Maybe go pray about it. Go to the church and pray about it. Or just, better yet, stop thinking about it. Don't think about it, and maybe it won't stress you out so bad. Because I guarantee these people at these protests are stressed out, man. It's like you're worried about all the stuff going on in the world. You think it's terrible. And you're probably right. You're probably right. There's a lot of bad stuff going on. But here's the thing. You have no control over it. So if you have no control over it, don't worry about it. That's my advice for you. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. Oh, by the way, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, I got this whole pixely thing going on. I think I'm going to try to dial down how much it's pixeled out so you can see a little better. Maybe I'll dial down how much I'm altering my voice. You know, the good thing about these videos is that nobody's watching them. I've gotten very few views. I have like 2 subscribers. And overall, that is a good thing because the main thing on these videos I want to accomplish is people not finding out who I am and not tying these videos back to me. So if nobody's watching them, that's actually great. You know what I mean? Like I can put these videos up, say whatever I want, and if nobody's watching them, then I have no problems with anybody finding out what my views are on anything. So thank you for not watching. I think it's fine. And maybe I'll de-anonymize the videos a tiny bit just to make them a little easier to watch. Because I understand it is hard to watch these things. If you are watching at this point, leave me a comment though. I would love to see if anybody watches these. But anyway, to sum it up, protesting is worthless. Don't do it. Don't even sweat it. Don't even sweat it or think about what the government's doing because you have no control over it. And that's it. And hopefully things turn around. I hope they turn around. I sincerely hope things get better. You know what I mean? But I'm not a moron, and I know that I have no say in whether they turn around or not. So I'm just going to keep doing my thing. You keep doing your thing too, and have a lovely day.